We are so back, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Fan OvenDrawing is back. And for those who are unaware, this series is based on Dev Sister's original concept, OvenDrawing, where cookie run artists are basically given a one-word prompt like mushroom or pumpkin, and all they have to do is design a new cookie based on that prompt. Suffice it to say, they cancelled the series after 2 episodes, that's why we're continuing it in their stead. And our last Fan OvenDrawing episode was almost 2 years ago. Our host has stepped down because of real-life problems, but we got a new team now, and that's why we're bringing it back. However, I can't say that I'll be bringing this back on a regular basis, mostly because we didn't get a lot of submissions for this episode, and that's why I'm counting on you guys who are watching this video to join the Discord server, link in the description if you're interested in joining one of these Fan OvenDrawing, so we can get more episodes and keep the series going. Alright, so let's get started on the prompt for this episode, which turns out to be oven. Which is, interesting, right? Because it's not really an edible flavor thing. So you're either gonna be working with the literal oven itself or an oven-baked food, sorta like that. Either way is fine. It's mostly up to the artist's interpretation anyway. Speaking of which, some of them might be having voiceover video and some of them might only be having their finalized art, which I will be reacting to at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. Alright, here is our first cookie made by insert theory word, oven bread cookie. So this cookie, I see here that they've taken the oven theme literally an oven herself. I like the idea. I like that the breast is the oven itself, and she got a little chimney going on there too. Chef's cookies escape the witch's oven by blending in with the oven and getting them while the witch is away. Huh. So like, when I read that, am I supposed to think like this cookie is as big as an oven itself? So she is like, like witch size, human size? Because that would be pretty funny. That would be something to think about. But the design itself is fine. She got some food there to like, food that is typically made from an oven. It's kind of just random putting it there, but I don't hate it. And she got a giant spoon as well, that's also like kind of random. Maybe it could be replaced by the thing that is put inside an oven to like take the food out, like for pizza or something. I like it, I like the concept. Taking the oven theme literally. As for me though, I'm gonna be acting as the comedic relief guy. Kind of like Big Mac in the original series. As the guy who can't really draw but is just here to have fun. So yeah, full disclaimer there, I'm not an artist. So whatever I draw here, don't take it too seriously, don't judge me, because yes.
Hello, my name is Zara, aka username Arletrism, and I will be baking oven-baked cookies. It's just any cookies that is just related to the oven according to theme. That's all. As you can see, I have been fixated on the dough siblings, and I started to think about my adopted and glazed cookie that has seen numerous events back in April of 23, if you know, you know.
So anyway, oven, what should we do with an oven? Okay, so a little thought I had is that, when this team was announced, all I could think of really was the oven in the oven break game, or Kingdom, whatever it is. I don't even remember what it looked like, to be honest, but it was something like this, with a fire in that or whatever. And all I can think of really is that this oven looks a lot like a mask of some sort. So why don't we just make it a mask? And I've got the base here, so there we go. However, this looks a bit too oval to me, so maybe we should like make it more round, because the cookie's face is supposed to be round. So maybe like that. I'm gonna draw a little bit smaller though, as you'll see in a minute. Okay, so then you have the mask gonna be covering like top of the head, like that. Next up we have a cookie from METC, or METC, I don't know how it's supposed to pronounce it. Oven and dough cookie. So another one who took the oven theme literally. And also kind of similar to the other cookie, we have the oven as the clothing. And this cookie is, so this is another interesting concept, a mother, huh? So she makes doughlinks from the oven herself. So, it's kind of fun. It kind of makes sense that she would be a mother. I like the little doughlinks, they're really cute. And she got the, even like that oven design there is what I was envisioning in my head, but I just can't remember how to draw it. It's fun though. The concept design looks cool as well. And you know, they also got the chimney thing like the other cookies. It's kind of thing I've noticed. For a first team to like announcing the comeback of Fan OvenDrawing, it is kind of odd, right? Like, you would have thought they'd pick a more normal flavor to get people going again, but it's fine, I guess. So, you know, that's the oven. Don't judge me because I don't really remember the design. I don't know if we should put the fire in there too for fun. Like, maybe it's kind of like a digital mask or something that the fire is actually moving there. I don't care. There we go. And what do we do about the body? I don't know, how about like a cloak? I know these don't really match, but like, who cares? I'm just like doing my own thing over here. And then that's the hand, right? This is the hand. This thing right here is the hand. So don't confuse it with anything. They're like holding up the hand. And the other one is just like, yeah, there we go. Pretty secretive. I don't know how a cloak and mask is supposed to match, but I'm just rolling with it because it's funny. And I'm not really trying to take this too seriously, because if I take it too seriously and try to come up with something, then you guys are just gonna judge it seriously too, and I don't want that. I want this to just be fun. Plus, all the other artists, I'm sure they got much better concept than me anyway, which I'll be reacting to at the end of this video, which should be kind of funny.
So I decided to give a separate cookie born from a high quality baking magic. But instead, it was created by a cookie whose dough is mixed of their own dough and a body of a witch. That is different from Toiken Chatter's cookie, which is baking wild yeast cookie into existence. A type of yeast used to make sourdough. Yeah, like a sourdough starter. For my yeast cookie, her goal was to be a perfect cookie with hope from her own creator of Siamese cookie. Her dough is sticky, making herself insecure and indifferent from other cookies, with just a perfect dough that she can be very envious about. She preferred both to be just like her creator, like a father and daughter duo. Imagine it has a dynamic of Pastry and Bunwood from Made in Abyss. Cookie on edition. I use every cartoon from Limbus Company and the character from the music video Bakino Hana by Nakiso as an inspiration to fit her design as well.
Alright, next we have EB Icemon. This cookie, so I don't think this one is supposed to be taking the oven theme literally anymore. Looks like a food. And then this is where I'm gonna start to really struggle, because I'm not a very cultured guy when it comes to food in general. Like, you would be surprised at the amount of foods, basic foods, that I have not ever eaten. But like, what is this cookie supposed to be? You're not even giving it a name. I saw the file name, like it has something to do with corn. But hey, it's an oven baked cookie, and like the clothing itself seems to be kind of like similar to some type of oven that I'm not familiar of. And the holding, like the food is kind of reflecting similar to a tower. I like it. I would like it more if I know what it is, but we didn't like have a section for filling in description for the cookie, so that's my bad. But let's just keep it going. Just this though. I don't think it's kind of quite enough. What I had another idea going on, but like I actually like conceptualized it a little bit, but I didn't want to think about it too hard because you're supposed to like think of it on the spot anyway. But yeah, I'm cheating a little bit. Who cares? So like, funny story is that my family recently got an oven. Yeah, surprising, huh? We never had an oven before in our life, and we got one now. So, you know, it's your typical square oven put in the kitchen and stuff like that. So I was thinking that, you know, why don't I just draw out the oven and kind of make it look like a robot of some kind. So I don't exactly remember what it looked like, but all I know is that it has three dials up here for stuff, you know. You have one for timer, you have one for the temperature, and one for the settings, stuff like that. Coming up next, we have Renata with Pastry Baker Cookie. Okay, so now we have a cookie who is actually baking pastries. It's on the oven. Speaking of which, that oven design is wild. It's crazy. But I don't hate it. it's kind of fun that this cookie is just like we got all the other cookies is like supposed to be literal ovens or like a funny concept, but then this one is just simply a cookie who bakes. Nothing much to go on this one. The oven design is really cool, and that's what I'm going for. Aside from that, the hair of this cookie, I mean, hair in general for cookie is like the most defining thing about them. So I guess you got that one covered. Nothing else to say. Then why don't we make the door ajar a little bit, you know? And you know, I think the general idea is that, you know, since the cookie I'm drawing, you know, kind of have like this sort of mass thing going on anyway. What I could think of to do is just have him like drive the robot itself. He can stand inside the robot and drive it. So you know the robot is gonna have two trays as they normally do, but it should be wide enough for this cookie to still be able to jump in and sit between them. So they can just sit between there. And it'll all work out pretty fine, I think. This looks horrendous, but I'm not gonna change that. And then for the face itself, you know, we could just draw the oven again. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that works. That totally works, guys. But you know, we're not gonna do the fire thing again because that would not fit for a face. I said that as I put the fire on the freaking mask of the guy, which is supposed to be a face, but whatever. And I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna do that. So how about like, you know, just a typical robot face, guys? Something like that. There we go. I forgot there's also a little light here. I don't know why I'm so fixated on this light on my oven, but it's something. And then, you know, when the guy is sitting inside, it could like flash or something. And then, I don't know, does this guy even need hands? Maybe it does. But I'm just gonna draw some like generic robot feet. There we go. How about we match the thing going on here too? I don't know why.
The reason for my creation was for a virtuous created by First Egg Cookie, the cookie whom Oxide Meat Cookie fell deeply in love, but can't love her since he's formerly a wretch in a cookie's body, younger than First Egg and First Cream Cookie. She is not used as a toy but a gift of his own since Rodney's cookie is the only cookie created by a cookie with witchworthy, unlike Dark Enchantress Cookie exploring the dough steppings to crumble gingerbread. Unlike Oxide Meat Cookie's subordinates, Ilmenite, and Grey Jam Cookie. Yes, I based them off from Ozen and Pakuto only and not the deceit thing.
Next up we have tamari with ready pasta cookie, which I assume is another food that can be oven baked. She makes clothes known for their simplistic yet charming style under the name of Leaf. So we have a fashion designer cookie, interesting. It's kind of like you wouldn't think that she would be someone who designs clothes, right, because of how messy she looks and all that. But I guess that kind of trope is also kind of like done a lot in medias nowadays, so it's understandable. She has one of the most messy oven escapes in cookie history. Yeah, we can tell by that. I like it. We need really more fashion design in cookie in general, because who designed all that costumes for the cookies to wear, huh? It's gotta be someone. And the food itself, again, I'm not really familiar with this kind of food, but I mean, it's pasta, you put it in a tray and then you put it in the oven and it works out. This robot is definitely a bit small compared to this, but like, if I try to draw it to scale, then this guy will be really small, so just think about it for a second. Just imagine it in your face right now. And we will sort this out. Like, yeah, let's just visualize it a bit. Like, this guy is supposed to be a bit smaller than that. Wow, I'm so creative. Alright. Hey Mike, being self-aware about your drawing doesn't make it any better, okay? Yeah. And being self-aware about being self-aware also doesn't make it any better. Alright, and then, you know, this is supposed to be glass, so like don't forget that. So it's supposed to be a little bit see-through, so... But we can still put like something on it. How about a word R? Because I like putting letters in front of cookies for some reason. I think it just looks funny. Next up we have Chris Gay, which this cookie, which what is this? A cow? Milk? Okay. How is this supposed to be oven themed? I don't know. Maybe you guys in the comments can tell me how this cookie is supposed to be related to an oven? I don't know, milk, cow. I can't really see why that would be related to an oven, but maybe I'm missing something obvious here and I will look stupid for it, but you know, it's kind of funny. I don't know why she needs that thing in the middle there to be so pronounced. I don't think that was very necessary, but is it even a she? I don't know. We're just gonna move on really quick from that. Oven mask cookie, rocking his Robo Oven. Wow, that is so creative, guys. So creative. And this guy is gonna be an oven break cookie. Because for one thing, oven drawing series, oven break. Even though we don't technically limit it to just oven break, but yeah. And then you know we have the guy here. He's gonna be running. And then when it's on the skill, he's gonna drive in the robot and do stuff. You know, kind of like that cookie Bell Pepper from the game. He's gonna like, I don't know, do some stuff. Maybe he's gonna like bake some oven baked food. That would be funny. This looks a lot like UFO, but I promise you it's supposed to be a plate with food on it, okay? Is Robo Oven and oven mask cookie. I have no idea what I was going for here. Some kind of secretive cookie, I guess. But also he drives a robot, so like we're basically mixing up all these different genres. I don't know if it's supposed to work well or not, but I don't care. I'm just here to have fun. I'm not supposed to be the audience that takes everything seriously.
Additional information. Why this cookie is a child and her sticky dough made holes on her hair and her skin, which makes her very insecure, with only just a piece of cloth that never sticks to her. I think that's all. That's all I have to talk about Waddy's cookie and her overall role. Soon she'll appear in my fancies, cooking on Order and Chaos, that I will be making after Chapter 6 was released. But I won't spoil the movie for what's about to happen soon to her. I will see you in the next OvenDraw video, chat.
Next up we have Altruism with wow yeast cookie. Okay, interesting. When she touches her face or her hands, it becomes stretchy due to high hydration. Her dough is very different from other cookies. Ah, okay. So like she's supposed to be like the kind of ingredient that is before going into the oven. So maybe she should go into an oven and then she would be actually becoming a normal cookie or something. It's kind of cool how like the dough is stretchy, like in the sketch there where she touches her hand and then it's all stretchy. And then there's some little extra lore there. Waits patiently for that cookie to get the sticky dough to feed them to be more alive, to be sourdough. So she has to like eat those kind of things or like consume them, get it into her body so she can maintain that position. Maybe if she turns into like the solid version, then she would like literally die or something. I like the concept though. Which leads us to our final design, CK Raccoon, the Baking Banshee. Oh, interesting. So this cookie is not the oven, not an oven baked cookie, not even like an occupation related to baking, but like literally the baking sheet became a cookie, which is interesting. And like, I'm just skimming through the lore really quick here. Seems like this cookie was cursed or something. Yeah, I see what's going on here. I wonder if there's like an actual cookie behind that sheet. Or maybe it's just all sheet, pure sheet going in all the way. Kind of like a mummy vibe going on here. And I don't hate it, really. It's a baking sheet and you work with what you have, and I think it's cool that you're trying to make something new with the oven concept. And that's what's so fun about oven drawing in general is it's just a one-word theme, but there's so many ways you can interpret it, and we get all these different interpretations from various artists from around the world. And that concludes Fan OvenDrawing Oven Theme. As a reminder, if you want to join one of these Fan OvenDrawing, join the Discord server, link in the description, so you can be notified for when new Fan OvenDrawing takes place. Make sure to join them so we can keep the series going, because if the next episode still has very low submissions like this one, then I don't know, man. We might have to cancel it for good. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Fan OvenDrawing. Goodbye!